there, English 111ers, and welcome to week 5. I hope that you are having a beautiful and wonderful June and summer, and that you're enjoying your time off if you have some time off, and that you're going on appropriate vacations and getting some good rest in. For this Monday message, and I sent out a little update for the week. I wanted to kind of talk through a couple of the points that we're going to be getting into this week. Um, so I put in my record in my message for this week a couple of things that I've noticed. I've been getting a lot of emails about harmonized discussions. So here's the deal with harmonize. Harmonize auto grades. And so I do go back and if you've noticed or if you've been paying attention, like I give comments and feedback on Harmonize, but it auto calculates based on the post requirements. Most, if not all, of your posts are about 250 words or about a page double spaced. And then your responses are about 75 words because I want to make sure that you're keeping a conversation going. Every single person that had some issues with grades on Harmonize, it was one of two reasons. Number one, the post was late. So if there was any confusion about this, let's clarify it now, because I went back and gave people a points were due. Initial posts are due Thursday, and that's so that people can have time to go through and respond to the posts on there. So please make sure that you meet the deadline of getting your post in on Thursday so that people will have time to give feedback. The second thing is not meeting the post requirements for word count. And so generally speaking, word count is not the most important thing, but by setting a word count, I'm making sure that we're having in-depth, thoughtful conversations with each other. Since we are asynchronous, this is the only way that we can have that as a platform. And so to be engaging, especially in like peer editing and things, you need to be able to like write more than a couple of sentences. And so these are a couple things that I'm just very important to me, just because I want to make sure that you're having good conversation. I went back, and if there were any harmonized discussions that were lower because of lateness or because of word count, I awarded some points back to those. So that's something to just be cognizant of, is that like if you meet those requirements, there will not be any grade discrepancies. But if there are, like, please reach out to me. And just as a reminder, you have to meet deadlines. So if there were any deadlines that were confusing, I totally apologize for that. But like moving forward from here, please make sure that you spend Monday to kind of like set your calendar for the week. We go fast, it's only 9 weeks. And so because of that, you need to make sure that you know what the deadlines are for each week. There's no way to make an A in a course like this if you're consistently late, because there's no way to consistently track progress. So just keep that in the back of your mind as you're trying to meet these course requirements. So without further ado, I have a separate video that goes into some more of the rhetorical concepts. So this week in English 111, I'm going to be taking some time to look at your literacy narratives and give you some really good, solid feedback, and like look at where your writing is right now. And so, since that was more of a personal reflection, we're going to be getting into rhetoric, which is the art of argumentation. So this week, you're going to kind of introduce yourself to rhetoric. You're going to practice with some rhetoric. You're going to familiarize yourself with SpaceCat, which is our mnemonic device. And then next week, you'll have a rhetorical project that will have a writing component, a précis with it. So what I want you to do this week is to make sure that you go through and you review the video is right there, the SpaceCat how-to and rhetorical précis. And then also, I want you to take a second if you need to slow down and learn it to look at this rhetorical situation PowerPoint that gives you more of a breakdown on what the rhetorical situation is and goes into a little bit more detail. I go over it in this video, but this is the full PowerPoint. And then the rhetoric readings. So once you open on that, you'll see that there are videos here, and then the rhetorical situation chapters in your book to help familiarize yourself with rhetoric. So, what your job is this week is to watch the lecture, focus in on rhetoric, how to identify rhetoric, how to look through like a piece of text as a rhetorical piece. And then you're going to be practicing with Space Cat to break down a piece. And then the other thing that you're going to be doing on your forum for the week is on your Monday Matters, you're going to be looking at current events and you're going to practice rhetorical précis. So, just as a review, since we just kind of went over it a few minutes ago, this is one of the ways that I kind of track online activity and keep an idea of like there are some really interesting functions on Harmonize, and I get to like look at your posts and your topics and your grades and how often you're on here and how much you're engaging with other people. So like it is really important that you have these conversations with your classmates to help clarify any issues that come up. So as you see, July 3rd, right before, yay, independence, you have one post due. So this one post is going to, it'll let you know, but it's going to be, where is it? It's going to be about 250 words for this one, and then 2 comments. So the post is due by Thursday, but then the comments are due by July 6th. So that way you can have the 4th off to make sure that you spend it with your family. And so those are the assignments for this week. So just as a reminder, if you're in this class in English 11, you should be setting aside about 5 hours total for the week to make sure that you can get all your reading and coursework done. If you're just doing English 111, about 4 to make sure that you're meeting all the deadlines. And again, use Monday as that planning day to like set aside time, make sure you know what is expected of you. And moving forward, if there are any concerns or any questions, please make sure that you reach out. Let me know what's going on so that I can work with you as best as possible. And on that note, I hope you all have a wonderful Independence Day and talk to you soon. Bye.